Why don't we trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Now, don't you just love a good joke to kick things off? It lightens the mood, brings a smile, and sets the tone for the journey we're about to embark upon. And trust me, it's no small journey. But let's get back to those sneaky atoms for a moment. This little joke is not just a clever play on words, it's a metaphor for life. You see, atoms are the fundamental building blocks of everything we know, yet they themselves are made up of even smaller particles. It's a bit like life, isn't it? We're all made up of smaller experiences, moments, and choices that combine to create the big picture of who we are. Now, while we're on the subject of big pictures, let's tackle the elephant in the room. Life's not always rainbows and sunshine. We all face trials and tribulations, moments of darkness that seem to overshadow our light. But here's the thing, it's during these darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Easier said than done, right? Well, not necessarily. It's all about perspective. It's about how we choose to view these challenges, whether as insurmountable obstacles or opportunities for growth. It's about maintaining a positive mindset even when things get tough. Think about it. When you're in a dark room, even the tiniest spark can light it up. Similarly, in the face of adversity, a positive mindset can be that spark, illuminating the path ahead and guiding us towards brighter days. So while atoms may indeed make up everything, it's our perspective that ultimately shapes our reality. It's our mindset that determines whether we see a situation as a setback or a setup for a comeback. So, let's embrace the idea that while atoms may make up everything, it's our perspective that makes up our reality. Imagine walking home on a sunny day when suddenly a rainstorm hits. Now that's a curveball, isn't it? One moment you're strolling under a bright blue sky, the next you're drenched from head to toe with the heavens pouring down like there's no tomorrow. It's unexpected, it's inconvenient, and let's be honest, it's a bit of a dampener on the spirits. Isn't that just like life? You're cruising along, everything's going smoothly, and then out of nowhere, life decides to throw you a rainstorm, an unexpected difficulty or challenge that leaves you feeling less than sunny. But let's pause for a moment. Let's flip the coin. What about the refreshing feeling of rain on your skin? That smell of the earth when the first raindrops hit the ground? Or the sound of rainfall like a soothing symphony for the soul? And let's not forget the rainbow that often follows a good rainstorm. A beautiful arc of colors spanning the sky, a symbol of hope and promise. We have a choice when life throws us a rainstorm. We can either grumble about the inconvenience, or we can choose to focus on the positive aspects, the refreshing rain, the soothing sounds, and the hopeful rainbow. Remember, it's not the rainstorm that defines us, but how we respond to it. It's our perspective, our attitude, our focus. We can choose to see the rainstorm as a problem, or we can choose to see it as a refreshing break from the norm, a chance to dance in the rain, and an opportunity to chase the rainbow. So the next time life throws you a rainstorm, remember to look for the rainbow. Remember to focus on the positives, because, just like the rainstorm, the difficulties in life are temporary. They will pass, and when they do, you'll be left with a beautiful rainbow of lessons learned, strength gained, and a renewed sense of hope and optimism. In every rainstorm, there's a rainbow waiting to be seen. Ever been on a road trip and your GPS suddenly reroutes? Picture this. You're cruising down the highway, wind in your hair, your favorite song blasting from the speakers. Suddenly, your trusty GPS pipes up, recalculating route. Before you know it, you're veering off the familiar highway onto a narrow, winding road that's not even on your map. Now that's what we call an unplanned detour. But here's the thing about detours. They're not always a bad thing. In fact, they can be the beginning of an unexpected adventure. When we're so fixated on reaching a destination, we often overlook the beauty of the journey. Detours shake us out of this tunnel vision and invite us to embrace the thrill of the unknown. Think about the last time you took an unplanned detour. Maybe you discovered a quaint little town tucked away from the hustle and bustle. Or perhaps you stumbled upon a breathtaking vista that you would have missed had you stuck to the highway. These are the moments that make the journey worthwhile. It's the same with life, isn't it? We all have a destination in mind, a path we're supposed to follow. But life, like a cheeky GPS, often has other plans. It sends us on detours, reroutes us, and sometimes leads us down paths we never even knew existed. And yes, these unexpected changes can be disconcerting. They can throw us off balance and make us question our direction. But they also bring with them new experiences, new opportunities, and new stories to tell. So the next time you find yourself on an unplanned detour, whether in your road trip or in life, don't panic. Embrace it. Look around, take in the sights, and enjoy the journey. After all, isn't that what life's all about? Remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about the unexpected detours and the adventures they bring. It's about living in the moment and embracing change with open arms. Every detour is a new adventure waiting to be explored. Remember that time when you missed the bus and had to walk to work? Ah, yes. The day started off like any other. You woke up, got ready, and left the house with plenty of time to spare. But as fate would have it, the bus was early that day. As you turned the corner and saw it pulling away, you probably felt a wave of frustration, maybe even a bit of panic. The day's plans, meticulously laid out, seemed to crumble in an instant. But let's pause for a moment. Let's really think about what happened next. Instead of the usual bus ride, you ended up walking to work. Perhaps you grumbled about it at first, but then something shifted. You felt the fresh air on your face, heard the birds chirping, and noticed the neighborhood in a way you hadn't before. Your heart rate picked up, your muscles warmed up, and you realized you were getting a workout without even planning it. And then there was time. Time for thinking, for planning, for self-reflection. Time that usually passed in a blur on the bus was suddenly stretched out before you. You had a moment to breathe, to take stock of your life, to contemplate your dreams and goals. You discovered a pocket of peace in the midst of your busy day. Now think back to that initial moment of panic. It seemed like a disaster at the time, didn't it? But in reality, it was an opportunity for exercise, for mindfulness, for self-discovery. This anecdote isn't just about missing a bus. It's about life. It's about how we perceive setbacks, how we react to them, and how we can transform them into opportunities. It's about understanding that sometimes what seems like a misstep can actually be a step in the right direction. So next time you miss the bus or face a similar setback, remember this. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be a chance to slow down, to take a breath, to see things from a different perspective. Sometimes, missing the bus is the universe's way of giving you a much-needed walk. Why do we love sunsets but dread darkness? A fascinating question, isn't it? It's the same event, the same natural process. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and red, and then darkness. We marvel at the beauty of the sunset, yet as soon as the last sliver of light disappears, we feel a sense of unease, perhaps even fear. Why is that? The answer lies in our perception. Perception is a powerful thing. It's the lens through which we view the world, coloring our experiences and shaping our reality. It's the reason why two people can witness the same event and come away with entirely different interpretations. It's the reason why one person's challenge can be another's opportunity. Take the sunset, for example. We love it because it's a spectacle of nature, a moment of tranquility in our otherwise busy lives. It's a time to reflect, to appreciate the beauty of the world around us. But as the light fades, our perception changes. The darkness brings uncertainty, the unknown. It's a primal instinct, a leftover from our ancestors who feared the predators that came out at night. But here's the thing. Darkness is just the absence of light. It's not inherently dangerous or scary. It's our perception that makes it so. And the beauty of perception is that it can be changed. We can choose to see the darkness not as something to fear, but as a time of peace and quiet, a respite from the noise and chaos of the day. So next time you watch a sunset, try to see it in a different light. Embrace the darkness that follows. Appreciate its tranquility. Remember, it's not the sunset that's changing, it's your perspective. The same sunset can either signal the end of a day or the onset of a peaceful night. It all depends on our perspective. So, my friends, what's the moral of these stories? When we started this journey, we laughed at the unexpected and the absurd, and we discovered that humor is a powerful tool in life's toolbox. It's the balm that soothes the sting of life's little absurdities. So, never forget to keep your sense of humor close by. Then, we found ourselves caught in an unexpected rainstorm, drenched and cold. But instead of letting it dampen our spirits, we saw it as an opportunity for growth and resilience. Remember, there's no such thing as bad weather, only different kinds of good weather. Our journey took an unplanned detour, and instead of bemoaning the change in plans, we embraced the adventure, welcomed the unknown. Life is a journey, not a destination. It's not about where you end up, but the detours you take along the way. We missed an opportunity, a bus that left without us. But instead of dwelling on the missed chance, we took a scenic walk, enjoying the sights and sounds we would have missed on the bus. Missed opportunities are not losses. They're just a different path to our destination. And through all these experiences, we learned about the power of perspective. The lens through which we view our circumstances can change everything. It's not what happens to us, but how we react to it that matters. Remember, the light is always there. It's up to you to focus on it. So, go out there and turn your rainstorms into rainbows, your detours into adventures, and your missed buses into scenic walks. It's time to embrace the light in your darkest moments. It's not about avoiding the shadows, but learning to dance in the rain. It's not about the absence of darkness, but the presence of light. So, find your light, focus on it, and let it guide your way.